So I know I'm a little late to be covering games that were just talked about a couple of days ago, because in the YouTube sphere, if you wait for a few days to get your thoughts out, usually nobody watches it. Now, we all know my thoughts on the most recent PlayStation State of Play. I didn't think there was a lot there, but there was one game that took me and the internet by storm. Astro Bot looks to be one of my most anticipated games of the year, which is so weird, but this game looks absolutely amazing. The first Astro game was really fun. It was a free game that came with the PlayStation 5 back when it originally came out, and honestly, I still say that it was the only game to really utilize the DualSense controller to its limits while also celebrating PlayStation and its long history. See, for me, that game was a little weird because I didn't grow up with PlayStation. I grew up on the opposite side of the field. I played Nintendo and Xbox and really didn't own a PlayStation console until the PlayStation 4. And now I mostly play everything on my PlayStation 5. There's very rarely times where even for third-party games, I play it on my Xbox. So to get a deep look into the history of the PlayStation consoles and really get a feel for how people felt back when they were growing up with these consoles was really amazing. And obviously I've gone back and played so many old PlayStation games that I feel like I grew up with a PlayStation. But this game looks to be furthering that celebration while also just increasing what can be done with Astro. I mean, honestly, if this game does well, I can see Astro being like a main staple PlayStation mascot, which I think it definitely should be. You can just tell because in the trailer and all of the promotional art, you see a lot of like iconic PlayStation characters with an Astro Bot turn. Again, I said this in my other video, a lot like Sackboy in Little Big Planet, where you could dress him up like certain PlayStation characters in certain Little Big Planets. Astro looks to be getting a very similar concept. You can, in most promotional art, you can see like a Kratos version, a Nathan Drake version, the main chick from Horizon. I don't really play those games, so I don't know what her name is. But yeah, I mean, this game is looking like it's going to be fairly big. It is a platforming game, which what I just talked about with my SpongeBob, the Cosmic Shake video, I am in love with platformers. So this game I'm already gonna like. I'm biased towards it. It also came out after the fact that there's going to be free downloadable content or free DLC after launch, which I think is a huge plus. Obviously, the main game isn't free. Most people assume that because this game is going to be a lot bigger than the original. Since this game launches in September, early September, I feel like the DLC will probably get a good sense of what it's going to be like, at least before the end of the year. Apparently, there's going to be over 50 individual planets to explore, which is massive. That's a lot of planets. The planets in the first game weren't really that small. Some platforming levels were, but it does also say that there's over 150 PlayStation cameos to discover, which is like the little Astro Bot dress up, which I think is awesome. Can't wait to find the Sly Cooper one. Apparently there's going to be new like abilities, like around 15 or so, and they even said that it's going to give experienced platforming players a challenge. So I'm definitely going to be playing this game on the hardest difficulty if I can at launch, and I seriously think that this game looks incredible. I mean, something that I've been arguing over the last few years is that we need more games like this. We need more games that are single player driven. We need more games that kind of experiment from these bigger companies. I mean, obviously, PlayStation is kind of known for making adaptations when put into a corner, like they did with the kind of end of the life cycle of the PlayStation 3 into the PlayStation 4. But this game really shows that they kind of understand that they have this generational library of IPs that they just haven't done much with. And I think that this game, if it is done correctly and if it is successful, which I definitely think it will be, will open the door for them to make more kind of crossovers between IPs, make more of these kind of just laid back experiences that I think are definitely needed nowadays. I'm really excited to see what they do with the DualSense, because I definitely think since this is a sequel, they're going to do even more with it. And honestly, I can already imagine, I mean, I can't imagine what they're going to do with it, but I can imagine when we eventually get a PlayStation 5 Pro or the next gen of consoles, whatever Astro game comes next after this is going to be even more incredible. Some people are saying that this could be PlayStation's competition to Mario. Obviously, I don't think that this game is going to sell anywhere near as much as Mario does, but I can definitely see the argument for it. It can definitely be like a PlayStation-esque mascot. One of the reasons people love Mario so much is because they just attribute it to Nintendo. This could be the start of that for PlayStation, which I think would be awesome. But yeah, I just wanted to get a super quick video out about this game. It looks absolutely adorable. I'm so excited to play it. Again, if you like platformers and you're excited to try this game, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm definitely going to be getting this day one. It's not as expensive as most games are nowadays, so that's a huge plus for me. And I'd love to hear your thoughts about what they're going to do to the DualSense as well, or the DualSense, in the comment section down below, because I really have no idea how they can push it even further, but I guess we'll see.